Following up on last week's weird feeling, I wanted to talk about that rest stopped feeling natural. It slowly started feeling inefficient. Like every second somehow needs to be spent working towards something. A goal, a skill, a project, some kind of progress. And even when I technically have free time, my brain rarely feels fully at rest. And that even though I do regularly meditate and take time for myself without any technical or social input. Instead of relaxing, I often think about things I should do, things I haven't finished, things I could improve, things I'm behind on, or just simply all ideas for literally anything. And I think a lot of people slowly started living like this without even realizing it. I think one of the biggest problems is that productivity stopped being something we do or try to achieve and started becoming part of who we are and how we measure ourselves. Being busy feels valuable, improving feels valuable, working towards something feels valuable. And none of these things are bad by themselves, but eventually it becomes difficult to separate resting from wasting time. Sometimes, even while relaxing, I still feel like I should be doing something more useful. And the weird part is that this mindset follows you everywhere. Even during weekends, vacations, games, hobbies. Things that are supposed to help you recover somehow turn into things you need to optimize too. And I think social media made this much stronger. Because now we constantly consume productivity without actually resting or moving forward. You watch motivational videos, self-improvement content, routines, advice. Successful people talk about discipline. And your brain almost gets the feeling that you accomplished something, even though you were only consuming content. At the same time, you're also never properly disconnected mentally. Your brain stays stimulated constantly, and honestly, I don't want to go deep into this point right now, because I genuinely think this could be its own entire video. There's a lot more to say about how social media affects attention, productivity, and even how we view ourselves. But I think most people already kind of feel this happening. And I think the worst part about all of this is what it does to the present. Because when your brain never properly rests, it also becomes harder to fully experience moments when they actually matter. You're physically there, but mentally somewhere else. Thinking ahead, thinking about work, thinking about goals. Just simply thinking about what comes next. And eventually even good moments start feeling shorter, but you don't notice them anymore. Not because they are shorter, but because your mind never fully arrived there in the first place. I think modern life made people uncomfortable with slowing down. Everything is measured now. Progress, output, efficiency, consistency. So naturally, rest starts feeling like the opposite of success. But maybe rest was never supposed to be productivity in the first place. Maybe not every moment needs to become progress. Maybe constantly trying to optimize our lives is exactly what makes life start feeling distant sometimes. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Because slowing down sounds simple until you actually try to do it. That being said, I don't think that ambition is bad. Wanting to improve yourself is good. Discipline is good. Working toward goals is good. But I think people also need moments where they simply exist without turning everything into progress. Because if every second of our life needs to be useful, eventually even rest starts feeling like failure. And maybe that's why so many people feel exhausted even when they technically had time to rest. Because mentally, they never really stop moving. And remember, muscles have the most growth during rest, after being used, not from constantly being trained. So maybe this is something we should apply to our lives as well, not just our muscles.